Well, to another story, the Covid-19 pandemic has transformed Nakuru County, famed as a birdwatcher's paradise, into a deserted hamlet. Birdwatching activities have been stopped, in turn affecting livelihoods that are pegged on tourism. Ruth Sarmoi highlights the changes brought about by the pandemic.
The rising water levels in Lake Nakuru has resulted in the migration of pelicans and flamingos into Lake Elementaita. With that, one would expect a flood in tourism activities around the lake. But that is not the case. A calm atmosphere welcomes you to the shores of Lake Elementaita. At around this time, the shores would be a birdwatcher's paradise, but there are no visitors this year, just like the last. The pandemic has kept them away.
We expected that with that big number of flamingo, then it should actually go horizontally with the number of grants that we should be getting, but it's not the case. This time we are supposed actually to be receiving quite a number of students as they are doing the education trip. So this is the time that we normally expect, or rather get a lot of them.
Before COVID, kungekuwa na gari nyingi zimejaa hapa. Mostly zingine zingekuwa hata zina mziki, so kungekuwa na a lot of entertainment, watu kudance, kungekuwa na wale wana free dance, kungekuwa na wale wanaogelea, wana swim kama mashindano, watu kwenda beyond kujaribu kufikia hizo mandege na nini.
The migratory birds visit Lake Elementaita from end of May until September before they move back to Lake Natron in Tanzania, where they lay their eggs. This is because Lake Natron provides the appropriate conditions for the eggs to hatch. It is estimated that this season's flamingo population is more than 800,000. The rising water levels in Lake Nakuru reduce the saline levels in the water that enable the growth of algae. Unlike Lake Nakuru National Park, Lake Elementaita's potential is yet to be fully tapped.
Elementaita is not not well marketed. It's like something still in the box. And I think the government should think and rather act upon it.
The flamingos also feed in other Rift Valley lakes, including Turkana, Longipi, Bogoria, and Magadi. However, due to the change in climate and rising water levels in Rift Valley lakes, some flamingos have been spotted in Lake Amboseli. 80% of the 1,600 hotels, restaurants, bars, and eateries that depend on such tourism activities have been affected adversely by the pandemic and the measures put in place to keep the virus at bay.
Towards the end of last year, we had grown from a revenue of 5% to close to 40%. Then all that came down. And when the 5 counties were locked, that came down to almost back to 10%. But as we speak right now, the sector is improving.
But with measures put in place, tourism stakeholders now anticipate that the World Safari Rally Championship, coming up in June and which is set to take place at the heart of this bird-watching sanctuary, will be a boost to tourism. So far, more than 8,400 international guests have made reservations in hotels within Nakuru, Naivasha, and Gilgil towns ahead of the championship. Ruth Sarmoi, NTV, Nakuru.